As your time studying in the college environment comes close to the end, I'm sure you're starting to wonder about making the transition to York. Your next 2 years in the collaborative Bachelor of Science in Nursing program at York will be both rewarding and challenging, particularly your Year 3 and 4 clinical placements. During this video, we will share information regarding the steps you need to take to be ready for your clinical placements. The first thing to know is that just like at the college, it is mandatory to have a stamped Clinical Preparedness Permit, or CPP, before you start your clinical experience. You are not allowed in the clinical setting without a stamped CPP. As your first clinical course, Nursing 3524, begins in September, it is important to start working on your CPP as soon as possible.
This video will cover the following topics: what is needed before the Clinical Preparedness Permit (CPP) can be stamped, obligation agreement, Student Declaration of Understanding letter, and incident accident report.
Your CPP is stamped annually. The deadline for stamping is the last Thursday in August. You will need to make an appointment with the staff of the Nursing Practicum Office, or the NPCO, in order to get your CPP stamped.
To sign up for a CPPA stamping appointment, go to the Faculty of Health website, click on the School of Nursing, click on the Practicum Office, click on the NCPO appointment. Vulnerable Sector Police Record Check. This is required annually and sometimes can take from 8 to 12 weeks for the police department to produce. We recommend you apply for the police record check no later than the end of June. If you live in Toronto, please ensure you obtain a signed Vulnerable Sector Police Check request form from the NPCO office. If you reside outside of Toronto and your OPP detachment or regional office department requires a letter, please ensure you obtain a signed Vulnerable Sector Police letter from the NPCO. Students with a positive hit on their police record check will need to complete a disclosure form every semester prior to entering their assigned clinical placement. This form is available from the manager of the NPCO. Students with positive police checks will not be permitted in the clinical area until they are cleared as per policy and procedure of the clinical placement. Basic Life Support, BCLS. Thanks.
Go with basic life support for healthcare.
Perfect, that's what I was hoping for.
Go.
Basic Life Support for Healthcare Providers. Basic life support for healthcare providers is required every year. Please note some agencies will document on your certificate an expiry date of greater than 1 year. The School of Nursing requires recertification every year, no exceptions. For your convenience, the School of Nursing has made arrangements with the company Synergy to provide basic life support certification and recertification for our students.
One-step Mantoux skin test tuberculosis screen. This screening is required annually. If you have had a previous documented positive Mantoux screening, confirmation of a clear chest x-ray is required every 2 years. We require the validation of your measles, mumps, and rubella, varicella, hepatitis B, and tetanus lab results from the time you first entered the nursing program at the college. If your lab results were indeterminate and or showed no immune after you received the MMR booster, you will need documentation from your healthcare provider indicating that you are not at risk of going into a clinical setting. Please attach this documentation to your CPP. Your tetanus vaccine is valid for 10 years. If you are close to or will be in your 10th year prior to transitioning to York, we recommend having a booster prior to getting your CPP stamped. Influenza. The influenza vaccine is mandatory. The vaccine is only available starting in October. Once you have received the vaccine, please inform the staff of the NPCO either in person or by fax, or by emailing a scanned copy of the document. All contact information is available on the screen. You will not be permitted into your clinical placement if you do not provide the NPCO staff with proof of the influenza vaccine. If you are unable to take the vaccine because of severe allergies, documentation of this is required from your healthcare provider.
Mask fit testing. Completion of your mask fit testing is required every 2 years. For your convenience, the School of Nursing has made arrangements with the company Synergy to provide on-campus mask fit testing through the summer months. Photo identification card. You must obtain a nursing photo identification card prior to beginning your program. You will also need a York University photo identification card, also known as a YU card. An appointment is not required to obtain your nursing ID and YU card. Both cards can be obtained at the York Card Office, 200 William Small Center, Building 15 on the York map.
Obligation agreement. The obligation form is located on the MPCO website. You will need to print, read, sign, and attach the form to your CPP. The form is valid until the completion of your nursing undergraduate program. Finally, let's discuss the Instant Accident Report form. We hope you will never need to complete this form. However, if an accident or incident occurs during your clinical placement to either yourself or the client you are providing care for, you must complete this form. The form is located on the MPCO website under Forms. Please note, if the incident or accident involves you, there is an additional student accident form that must be completed. The link to the student accident form is located at the top of the instant accident form.
Student Declaration of Understanding. The Government of Ontario, through the Ministry of Training, Colleges and Universities, MTCU, provides Ontario students with Workplace Safety Insurance Board WSIB coverage while on placements that are required by their program of study. So that you are aware of this coverage, you must print and complete the Student Declaration letter located on the NPCO Forms website.
We hope that this video helps you prepare for your studies, and the School of Nursing looks forward to welcoming you to York in September.